welcome back to Potato League. Today we're going to go over some the replays that I had during my ladder session this Saturday. So if you missed my ladder session, I didn't do super great. I started off with a 6-loss streak, and 3 of those losses were against Terran. I think it was, let me see it really quick. Terran. Zerg. Yeah, so Terran versus Terran and Zerg versus Zerg I lost. And I ended up losing the majority of my Terrans that day. So if we look at my race report, I played a little bit after. I played 10 games after I streamed as well. So I kind of fixed some things. I got a couple Protoss games in. But ZvT, I was about 50-50. I lost my most recent game, which put me at 46%. Protoss, I'm having some issues with this Roach Ravager and a Lurker I'm doing, but I don't have a big enough base of games to understand if I'm good or bad against Protoss right now. But without a doubt, my Terran, I felt weak against them on the ladder, and it shows in my current race report right now. So I'm still hovering about 3.6. I started at 3.7. I went down to 3.6 or into 5s and stuff like that, but I've come back up now to 3.64. I even actually recently I won myself a trophy, so now I have a trophy in my by my hatchery now. But I want to talk today about my ZvT. So I have 2 replays I want to go over today. One versus Frost and one versus Televide. So we're going to go over the Frost replay first. And I've watched these already, and I kind of know what my issues are. So first off, before we go into this, I'm going to talk about what I'm looking at to analyze how good or bad I'm doing at these builds. First over, I'm going to look at my 5-minute mark for what I want is I want to have 51 workers. I want to have about 10 overlords. I want to have 20 lings. And I want to have 7 queens. So 51 workers, 20 lings, 7 queens. This is what I want to have by 5 minutes. By 5 minutes exactly. So that's my first kind of pick. That's my build up until I have it memorized, is up until 5 minutes. After that, I want to look at my supply block. I want to look at my spending, how much I'm floating minerals, my injections from my hatcheries, and my larva management. How much am I just floating some of these larvae? So we're not going to go over the whole replay. We're just going to go over where I'm making some mistakes. So let's kind of just fast forward through this. The first 5 minutes of the game, really nothing ever happens in ZvT besides a Reaper coming in or like a couple Hellion run-bys, but my build is kind of designed to defend all that Hellion stuff. So I'm really not worried. I shouldn't have any massive supply block as long as I don't lose my first Overlord. So
your drones are under attack. Right, baby.
Big issues. Big issues. Just watching. No big problems yet. No big problems yet. This could obviously be cleaner, but I don't think I'm making any massive mistakes right now that are costing me the game right at this moment.
Forces are under attack.
Okay. Group spread is good. 42, 47, 31, 30. We're almost to 5 minutes. Okay, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's see where we are at 5 minutes. Do I meet my credentials? 5 minutes. Let's take a look. I'm at 51 workers. Good. When do they actually pop? I have my workers in 4 more seconds. So great. How many queens do I have? 6 plus 1. It's going to pop in 11 seconds, so that's good. Lings, I've got 19. I lost 1 ling. Da-dung. I lost 1 ling in the beginning. So I am on track. Oops, jeez. I am on par for my I'm on par for my build right now, so I'm not making any mistakes. I've got nice creep spread. It's not perfect. I could probably have a little bit better creep spread, but I've got my queens in position, and where are my lings? And my lings are in position behind my natural in case he tries to run in. This is like, if he tries to run in, I just kind of run my lings up and block it. So this is what I'm trying to do. Dropping my tech. So everything's good. Everything's really good right now. Now, here's where I start making mistakes. So let's take a look at this queen. I haven't missed any injects yet. I haven't missed any injects yet. and this queen is about finished. This is a little bit late, so it could be better. It could be better, but let's continue on. So let's see.
A new queen has emerged.
So missed an inject.
You're engaging
Missed
the
an
opponent.
inject. I got that inject. Missed an inject. Missed an inject. 2 injects down. 3 injects down. Boom. Okay, so here we go. I'm getting hit now. 548. So this is his build is 16 Marine drop. It looks like. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Let me see if this is correct. Oh, jeez. God, come on. Yep, this is 16 Marine drop. This is what I used to do. The bunker set it back about 20 more seconds. If he was doing just a regular build, it would be in at my base at 5 minutes. But the bunker set it back about 30 to 15 more seconds. So anyway, okay, so let's see. I have 400 minerals. I have a nice big supply open right now. But how many larvae do I have? I have 2 unspent larvae. So can I drop all of my minerals into something right now? Answer is no. The reason being is because I have 2 unspent injects here, almost 3. I've missed these injects. I have missed 2 injects exactly here. And I have missed 1 inject here. So let's look at this, I guess, not as strict. I could be even more strict. Let's say I have, if this queen, I have 2, 3, 4, 5. Each inject gives me 3 larvae, so 5 times 3, I should have 27 larvae available right now to drop into more lings. I don't have that, so already I'm putting myself at a disadvantage. I would have been much better off had I had more, more larvae right now. So then let's take a look.
Our forces are under attack.
What else is going on? So I pull my queens over. I'm not engaging yet. Not engaging yet. Lings come up. Lose some lings. Losing lings. Losing lings. Losing lings. Losing lings. Now I've got my queens together. So here's what's happening. I'm engaging with my lings. Then I'm engaging with my queens. Then I'm engaging with my lings. And then I'm engaging with my queens. I'm not doing this together. What I need to do is I'm over microing this. I need to have queens A move. When the queens start attacking, A move all of my lings at it. If I can get the nice wraparound, which I'm trying to do, what I'm really trying to do is use the lings as a net. To run them around the back of the Marines, block them off so they can't stim away from my queens, and then the queens pick down these medevacs, and then everything kills the Marines after the medevacs die. Because the Marines are going to probably focus down some queens. If I'm really good, I can control here, and I can do some like transfusion micro, blah, 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 but I'm not that good yet. I'm not that great. Now, what's important, though, is I've only lost 1 worker. So this could have been much, much worse. But I'm gonna lose a bunch of stuff here because, look, my lings are just sitting here. My queens are now going to attack. So, yeah, this was kind of a mistake on my part from that. Now, also, let's take a look at the injects. Still, I haven't injected at all. Still, I haven't injected at all. I lost this queen, so there's no injects. So good things are, I'm at a really good worker count. He's on no bases. I have map vision. I have map vision, which tells me he probably doesn't have a 3rd. I don't know if he has a 3rd or not, but I know he doesn't have a 3rd here, and he could take one there, he could take one there. I've got decent creep spread still, but I'm only down to 4 queens, 2 of them are here. So good news is I didn't lose any lings, and I'm still on a really good economy. Bad news is I don't have any larvae to spend this 1,000 minerals that I'm floating right now. So this is another big issue I'm having. Let's continue forward. Let's continue forward. So I'm just going to look at my injects. There we go. So I drop 3 into there. I drop all my injects now after not injecting for a minute and a half. This one's still completely full. I haven't injected. Haven't injected. Haven't injected. Pull the sling home. It's a mistake. Pull the sling home. I didn't take it out of my army group. I've been really good at not using select all army, but waiting for a drop to come in and just still creep spreading. let's wait until another attack comes, because right now I could just focus completely on macro. I'm not going to do anything until I see when my next attack is. Boom. Okay, so here we go. Let's take another look. Missed an inject, and I've got one queued up here, which means that I've not been doing very well on my injects. This is almost done, but again, I've got this inject queued up, not very good. This queen has another inject, but it's not even finished with this one, which means I've been queuing up injects. Starting up a new hatchery, which is good. I'm at another good worker count still, but I don't have any spotting lings. I had one ling over here. I should have put ling here, ling here, ling here, ling here. Four lings. One, I'll do it here. How do you do this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those should be my 4 ling spots to see this coming out. If I see that coming out, I can put this stuff into a much better position. I liked how I was trying to break the rocks. Still haven't broken the rocks, but I should have put this in a better location. But I do kind of see it coming into creep now because I do have good creep spread. So this is one good point. Let's see my money. 800 minerals. How much larvae do I have? 8 larvae. That's because, again, missing injects. Missing injects. There's this nice pattern here of me not injecting and not having enough larvae to spend my cash. So this is a common mistake I'm making. Also, again, I'll attack with my whole army. I specifically moved my queens down here to attack. I don't attack with my queens. Had I, again, over-microing. I have too many control groups, maybe. Possibly. When my queens need to be... I need to get used to doing one... I use grid, so my attack move is T. So I do 1 T, 5 T. I have to get used to that. I'm getting good at 1, 2, 3 when I'm controlling bigger groups, but I need to go 1 T, 5 T when I have my queens when they're attacking into my creep. I also don't have anything over here right now to stop if they have any like counter pressure or counter drop on the way. Luckily, this guy doesn't because we're just in diamond. But that could have been very bad. So queens aren't attacking, and my army is not in a good spot. I should have been surrounding and taking from more angles, but I don't. So again. Nice big hit. Now the queens aren't there. I lose the queens. And now I'm starting to lose workers. So I push it back. Push it back. Let's take a look. Good. I've injected. Missed injects. I have a lot of injects. This one's just starting. I have 2 more on the way. Lost all my queens. Right now I'm on 2 queens. So now I'm going to start banking up more money because I'm not going to have larvae to spend. Because I don't have queens. But I did save my hatch, which is good. And I'm still on a decent worker economy, 53. Let's see. I don't know if he has any bases. I don't know if he has any bases. I don't know if he has any bases. I don't know if he's moving anything out on the map. I don't have spotting lings. Another big mistake. Let's go. He's going to move out again. At this point, my mistakes are kind of over... I've compiled my mistakes more and more and more. I'm just having bad macro because of my injects being terrible. So I'm coming home. Let's see. I'm up to 6 queens. Let's take a look at my injects. Missed injects. Super miss injects. Lots of miss injects. Missed inject. Not injecting. But I am on a good work count. I'm on a good work count. I've got a 4th base down. Or 5th base down. I'm on creep. I have larva. I'm supply blocked. So, another mistake, supply block. Not playing perfectly at all. Let's see. Don't have any idea where he's coming. Now, I have larva. I have money. I have supply. I'm just not spending my larva. Just not maxing out. Could have maxed out. Could have maxed out. 12 minutes I could have maxed out. Sending in these guys to see what's going on. I do now see that he's got all these bases. Now I've got map vision. Still not maxed out. No spotting. No spotting over here. My creep spread's getting pushed more and more back around this corner because this is where he keeps pushing in. I have to remember also when a Terran pushes into one area, they're going to try to push in again. Usually it's my 3rd. So I have to have great creep spread out around my 3rd. I've got a really good creep path down towards their 4th. But I need to establish where is their 3rd base and then creep towards that. If I had this line here instead, towards their 3rd, I'd be in a much better position to attack into the third. I see that this is an orbital command. I should have remembered that later on in this game too. So here we go.
They're attacking your base, you know.
And let's take a look after I clean this up. Let's give myself 10 seconds. 4, 7, 8, 10. All right, let's look. Missed an inject. Well, there's an inject right now. Still super 115 supply. I like never inject this hatchery apparently. Missed 2 injects on that. Where are my queens? How many queens do I have? 6. These creep queens are doing all right, but I'm not injecting. So I only have 15 larvae. I'm on a great economy. I've got a lot of money banked up. I just don't have the ability to spend it.
Your forces are taking damage.
Also, I'm attacking into planetary when I know already that there was a... No, I moved it. Great. Oh, this engagement also is bad, I remember here. Let's take a look. Let's watch my banelings. Let's watch my banelings on this. Okay. Let's move in. Okay, so let's see where my banelings go. I have to remember... Now watch this. If I had my hydras right now in the back before I moved in, look at that. That big ball of banelings over here can't get into this nice juicy bio ball right here. I have fungals available to fungal in. I think I even hit a fungal. Yeah, I get this amazing fungal. Beautiful fungal. But my hydra's blocked all of my banelings, so I can't get this nice engage. So before I engage down, I need to make sure that my army is in a good, what do you call it? Formation. There it is, a good formation. So I have my hydras in the back, infestors up forward, and then the banelings in the back. And now from here, I lose my army, and then he pushes across the map with a bunch of stuff. Let me, just for fun, let's take this engagement here. Let's see how much better this would go without. Okay. I'm going to take. Okay. So how do I do this? Let's see. So I've got banelings front, hydras in the back. Okay, ready? So yeah, this would have been much better. Taking out something like that. Of course they'd be attacking me at the same time, but I've got to get better at, like, before I move in, control click my hydras back. So let's try this, So we're going to attack move here, control click these back, and then attack. That should be a nice way to do this. And then infestors, if I have them follow it on a hydra, I can still get some nice pot shots. So let's try this again. So A move in, control click hydras back, A move again, infestors following a hydra, fungal. Okay, that's how I'm gonna have to practice that micro a little bit. But I'm not losing because of my micro, I'm losing because I can't inject a hatchery. So next game, let's take a look again. So first thing I'm gonna do is look at the 5-minute mark, see if I have all my eggs in the same basket. Not eggs in a basket. If I have all of my build sufficient. So we're just going to fast forward speed our way up to the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes. Looking for proxies all over the map with my overlords. Overlord. Where art thou, overlord? There are no proxies. Okay, so 5 minutes. Okay. I'm on 44 workers, and I've got my 20 lings. You see this? This is exactly why I have these lings, safety lings right here. So I'm gonna clean this up. I'll slow it down a little bit. Clean this up. I've got my queens going in too. And look at this. Come back. Still just making workers. Let's see where I stop at 5 minutes. Alright. 52 workers. I'm only on 8 lings, but I'm still on 7 queens. I'm on 52 workers even after I dropped all this. My layer's on the way. Everything's good. Everything's really good, which is why I make those safety lings, because usually that comes in and kills 25 workers. But I have 20 lings built into my opener to defend exactly that. So right now, I'm doing really, really well. Now, let's take a look at injects. I've got 1 inject here right at 5 minutes. Every time I need to remember, inject my main, inject my natural, and then as soon as this pops, inject my third. I can probably inject it with one of these queens, actually. I might as well do that if I'm not creep spreading. So if I've got queens, I'm going to use them. If I lose queens, I need to remake them. So, okay. Now let's take a look at when the next aggression comes in, and when do I inject next. How much money am I floating?
A new queen has emerged.
So let's see when the next aggression is going to come in. Okay, here we go. So I've got 8 lings and 7 queens. I'm going to make a whole mess of lings right now. So I'm pulling my queens back. I'm trying to engage with queens and lings, trying to make him move closer and closer into creep. But this is, again, if I'm not confident in attacking with and winning with just my queens, I need to not attack with my queens. I should have just pulled back, had lings together. I'm attacking with either my queens or my lings, not both. So here we go. And here we go. Yeah. So attacking with my lings, losing queens. During all this, 2 missed injects. Got 1 inject, good. But I did lose a queen over here, have not injected over here. I have the ability to. So missing injects, which is why I'm floating all this money. Let's look at larva, 11. Supply blocked. So another big issue. I've got a very good worker count still. I'm still adding on tech and things like that, which is great. But before I add on all this other tech and things like that, guess what I don't have? I don't have map vision. I don't know. I don't see this banshee come across. If I had 1 ling here, 1 ling here, 1 ling here, 1 ling down the main attack path right here. Yeah, those 4 spots. Guess what? I see that he doesn't have any stuff, and I can stop right here at 51. I don't even really need a Hydralisk den right now. I could just do it on Queen Ling. But I don't have any spotting lings. Big issue. I'm also not injecting. So here we go. Let's float 1,000 minerals. Let's float 1,000 minerals. Let's see when I'm coming in next. Let's see when I'm coming in next.
You're engaging the opponent.
Not looking at it. Oh, yeah, I am. Okay, here we go. Oops. Jeez. Okay, so I lose a queen. Now here's what I've been trying to do. Right here. I catch all of their stuff, and then I've got my queens attacking as well. See how good that is? That's what I've been trying to do. So when I attack with my army, it's got to be queens and lings together. This I have to control better. At the beginning of the game, I have been. I've not lost any workers yet. Not any workers. Now, let's see what's going on. Wait until the next aggression comes in. Creep spreading. Creep spreading. I saw something. Boom. Okay, right here. They're going to run up. I'm totally out of position. So let's take a look. How many queens do I have? 6. Where are they? This one has not had any. Missed 2 injects. This one, I've got all my injects. I've got 1 queen over here. No queen in my main, but I do have a macro hatchery because I suck at injecting. All my queens are way out over here. So one of the reasons that this comes in and does so much massive damage to me is because guess what? No ling, no ling, no ling, no ling. Do I have enough lings? I have 30. I have enough to put 4 lings out on the map over here. I don't have any larvae to make more lings and spend this gas because I can't seem to make, I can't seem to inject my hatcheries. So these gets in. I lose every worker in the history of workers. I've got 11 larvae. I've got 11 hydras on the way. I push across the map. Now the big issue is I have 6 queens, and again, no injects, no queen here at all. 3 queens here, no injects, 1 inject, 17 larvae. On Lingbane Hydra, you need to have tons of larvae to be able to defend this. So again, right here, So I'm on 70 workers, and I remember I was complaining in this game saying, "Ah, I can't get enough to do anything." Guess what I have? I needed to get an infestation pit quicker, because if he's going to do this many run-bys with Hellions this many times, I need to be able to just fungal that. One fungal and I'm okay. I have banelings to take care of this. I need all of that. I have a nice little army up here. Way too much army for a Doom drop. All these 3 queens right here instead should be injecting here, injecting here. That's not injecting. I have no queen here. Need to have one injecting here. I've got a queen here, hasn't injected since the 70s. And I've got a queen here that's injected once and almost ready. So this queen's not doing bad. Good job, queen. That's my big issue. I've got workers. I've got creep spread. I've got build orders. I've got defense in the early game. After my 5-minute mark, my injects fall to crap. And I lose games because of that against Terran. So when I'm playing next against Terran this week, I'm going to focus very deeply on injecting. And getting my injects to a spot where I feel are as close to perfect as I can. And I'm going to say if I can get up to the 6-minute mark, plus 1 minute, if I can get up to the 6-minute mark without missing an inject, I can get to the 5 without missing an inject. If I can get 1 more minute without missing an inject, that's pretty big. That's an extra 6 injects on 3 queens. And I can even dump a bunch into my 3rd. So, I'm going to practice some more. So this is the reason I've been losing. I hope that you guys learned from the... Yeah. Lost way too many workers way too many times. The grand total is 89 workers I've lost. So, yeah, this was not a good game for me to to lose. So, yep, that's where I fall. I hope that you guys learned from this. If you're having trouble with Zerg, I suggest you take a look at your injects. Are you injecting enough? If you're doing something like Roach Ravager or Roach Hydra or something like that, maybe injects aren't the most important part. Getting your economy up to 66 as fast as you can, or even 80, is a little bit more important than injecting. But I like Lingbane Hydra very much against Terran. I just don't ever have the larva to make it sing as much as I want it to. So, hopefully you guys learned something from this, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.